And I'm back with another battle video. So this is another of my Gengar battles. And if you watch my first Gengar battle, the very last turn, the game glitched. And order of operations for your Pokemon attack, I don't know how to describe this any clearer. You do the attack, then any damage that is happening, if you take prizes, that happens after your attack and all effects of the attack. I don't know why the game doesn't quite understand this. It seems to be in this stage where it puts my damage on, and then if I have to take a prize, it forgets that it has to follow through with the rest of the attack, and so it doesn't switch. But it's not every time. So, unfortunately, it's been, like I said, if you watch the battle video I did the other day, the first one, I essentially lose the game because of it. Now, it was a really close game. I think I probably would have lost anyways, but now we'll never know. And I forget how this game ends. I think this game is okay as far as, like, I don't lose the game because of it. But it's still really messed up, and I just want to put this out there to see if other people are experiencing the same thing. If it's something I'm just really missing, I mean, I'm a judge, but I'm not like a big-time judge. I just kind of do small local events, so I certainly wouldn't claim that I know everything. And I definitely want to know if it's just something that I'm missing. So anyways, now we'll get into commentating the actual game. So you see I start off with the Mewtwo, with the Phantom on the bench. See, I'm fighting a Landorus Lucario deck. Lucario's great news for me. It's weak to Psychic, and my entire deck is Psychic. Those Landorus, though, are going to give me some problems with all the damage it can spread. And then it's got the non-EX attacker Landorus, too, which, usually I could just kind of, wall with Sigilyph. Can't really do that with the basics. Or, I'm sorry, not the basics, the non-EXs. So, right now, I'm just going to get another Phantom out. Get the Floatstone on the Mewtwo just so I can mostly get out of the poison and retreat, and we're just going to do, I don't remember what its first attack is called, Night Stack or something like that, where it does 3 damage counters, places 3 damage counters on any Pokemon that you want on your opponent's side. So I decide just to put them on the active Landorus, because like I said, I'm not really concerned about that Lucario with the Psychic weakness. I should be able to easily one-shot it at some point. The Landorus really isn't a concern right now, and, yeah, so, I'm sorry, the baby Landorus on the back. This active Landorus, though, it's already got the fighting energy, it's got the muscle band, oh, and it brings up my Mewtwo. Ugh. So it deals 50 to the active, and then 30 back to the Gengar. Now, luckily, I still have the Floatstone on that Mewtwo. Now, if he had brought up a Phantump, that would have been interesting, because then I wouldn't have been able to retreat, at least not with my current hand, and that might have stalled for a little bit. And I do apologize for my voice going in and out. Lost it a few days ago, just a little cold type of thing going around, I think. And I'm getting it back, but I'm still very raspy, and hopefully I won't have a coughing fit right in the middle of this video. You see that I'm able just to retreat back to the Gengar. Sorry about that. Retreat back to the Gengar. I put another 30 on the Landorus. I get the Verbank out, but I'm not hitting the DCE. That would have been a great turn if I had been able to hit the DCE and do, is it Dark Corridor? With the Verbank out, would have been doing 90. And we see him just take my Verbank out with his Fighting Stadium. Now he's going to be able to do more damage this turn with that out. However, next turn I'll be able to get my Verbank back out again, and unless he has a second Fighting Stadium to counter it, we should be good and back in there. Now we see another 50. Sorry about that again. And another 30 to the Mewtwo, just putting a lot of damage on, so I really need to figure out something to do with this Landorus. I still don't hit the DCE, but if I had a Dimension Valley, I still need the extra damage with Verbank, though. So I just go ahead and play the Verbank. Yeah, see, here's my conundrum. Do I just end for 6? Or, I mean, he hasn't been playing that many cards lately, and I don't really want to give him a fresh hand. So I can just use that VS Seeker to, go ahead and use something else. Maybe this is another match I'm thinking of. Sorry, I've had to turn away from the screen a few times with these coughs. But we do go ahead and end. The Dene is for the Eviltal match, so that's going to be useless here. Still don't hit the DCE. So I attached the Psychic to Sigilyph, thinking I can just kind of wolf with it for a little while. And we'll put another 30 on. Now, at least now I have 90, so if I hit the DCE next turn, that'll take care of this Landorus, and that'll be fantastic. And I still haven't hit any more Floatstone to be able to attach a Trevenant anyways, so probably a good thing that I haven't hit the DCE, otherwise Trevenant would just be stuck in the active. Now we see a Karina, and he pulls out a Phanpy. So that's a fantastic secondary attacker. You know, he's pretty much going to be relying on Landorus, and then a little bit of Lucario to pick up. But with the baby Landorus and then Donphan, you know, he's teched against, you know, Suicune, Sigilyph, all that stuff. Pyroars. Yeah. That is a good thing about Landorus, the fighting deck in general, how easily it can react to situations. And I am terribly sorry about my throat. And we see him use a laser, which unfortunately puts me very close to knockout. And sorry about the black window on the side. I didn't realize that was pointing out. I had a movie or a TV show or something playing in the background. Yeah, do I want a Juniper or a Colress? Yeah. Decided just to Colress, save all those resources. We do hit the DCE, and I think here's the first problem. Because I should go through with my attack first when I use Dark Corridor, 60, and then I retreat back. That doesn't, because I am out of the active position before my turn ends, that should prevent the poison from taking into effect and knocking me out. But as you see, it doesn't happen. It doesn't give me the option to switch with anything on my bench, and I'm knocked out. And so I sit here for a minute very, very confused, thinking, did I look away and miss something? Did he have something in play that prevented me from retreating, or not necessarily even retreating, but getting out of the active position? You know, I couldn't even think of anything that would do that. So I'm very confused, and I just ask my opponent, what'd I miss? And he says the poison. And since my Gengar's knocked out, I go ahead and throw up a Trevenant anyways. And so now I'm trying to, explain, the effects of the attack come in before the poison. And sorry, I missed the space there. And so it should have switched before the poison took effect. And I'm not like trying to get upset at my opponent or anything. I'm trying to see if maybe he knows of a ruling that I don't know, that have I missed at some point where the effects of an attack come after the status conditions in between turns and taking prizes. Yeah, very confused. And for those of you that are wondering, because the battle videos that are going to be showing this, what I'm calling a bug, are going to be shown over several days. So I'll probably be notified, of what's going on in the first video, and this is going to keep on going. So please keep this in mind, that all these videos are being done on the same day, played, commentary, uploaded, everything. So yeah, don't get upset at me for if you feel like you have to repeat something that's already been said in another video. You see, I have to Colress, and yeah, he was only able. Actually, how did I have the 20 get on? Sorry, I was rambling too much about the bug that I wasn't really paying attention. Sorry, he Donphan. Donphan then switched back to the Landorus. I go ahead and attach the Floatstone to the Trevenant, and, did I pass? Did I? Oh, I already attached the DCE before the Colress, so there's no attack right now. And I want to just put the pressure on the item lock under him. That way he can't attach a float stone to that Landorus. He has to attach an energy and essentially waste an energy to retreat. As you can see, he doesn't have anything, so he just passes. I attach the mystery energy to the Gengar, and we'll be able to use Dark Corridor, and then go ahead and run back to the bench. I'm trying to decide if there was a supporter that I wanted to use. Right now, he's not really doing much of anything, so I think I should just kind of take the time to build up my own bench, rather than wasting my VS Seeker when I could, lose it on a Lysander later or something like that, and we'll just keep on going. If I can take out... I'm really not concerned about the Lucario now, because I can one-shot it at any point with almost everything on the field. I guess it wouldn't be quite one-shotting it. I'm only, 60, 120. Yeah, so my opponent's not answering me, so I'm thinking maybe I came off like I was attacking him or something, like it was his fault. So I'm trying to say, have you heard of a rule or anything that I've missed that I wasn't updated on? Like right now, there's a thing going on in the Facebook Burbank group about Fighting Stadium being able to hit the bench and stuff because they reworded the term defending Pokemon. Yeah, so again, did I miss something with Gengar too? And again, sorry for that black bar. I managed to take out the first Landorus, and now he promotes the second one. So I guess he's looks like he's building up that Dawn fan for an I think it's Wreck. Yeah, Wreck is pretty awesome. It already does a lot, and then it does like an extra 60 more for if there's a stadium in play, and then it discards a stadium, so my poison wouldn't be as effective. And then on top of that, he's got the strong energy. If he has a muscle band, Wreck can do easily knock out my Gengar. So my opponent writes back with, could just be a bug in this match. So that makes me feel a little better that it isn't a ruling that I haven't heard of. Because in general, I like the deck, and I don't know what tournament I'll be playing in next, but with Gengar being one of my favorite Pokemon, it'd be fun to try out a Gengar deck. But certainly not if... it's not going to let me run back to the bench. So we see, Landorus attacks, but I'm resistant to him, so it does nothing. And then Landorus is knocked out from the poison. And I'm in a really good situation. I've got the Lysander in hand, so regardless of what he promotes, I'm probably just going to grab that Lucario. And then I have Dowsing Machine and BS Seeker in my hand as well to be able to get that Lucario right back. I think I thought that I had already clicked on my prize and taken it, and didn't realize that I hadn't, so I do apologize for this, not only to my opponent, but to my viewers right now for having to sit here and watch my little cards just be highlighted. And there's my inactive thing. Sorry for the background noise. The dogs have found a water bottle, and I'm hoping that it didn't still have water in it, because they love to chew on them, and yeah. I don't know. At this point, I think I might just take out the Pamphy. I mean, why not? I'm doing 90, and that way I can just save stuff. Right now, I'm just Ultra Balling away resources that I really don't need in case he ends me. We'll put another Gengar on the bench, and... Nope, maybe I do decide to go for that Lucario, since I have the VS Seeker and Dowsing Machine, to hopefully get something out. Yep, so we go for Lucario, and we're going to retreat back to that Gengar. Dark Corridor for 60, which does 120 after the weakness, and then we have another 30 from the poison. So right now, I can knock him out in all sorts of ways. If he finds a way to one-shot my Gengar, no problem. I have another Gengar on the bench that, playing that Dimension Valley, can attack essentially for free and put 30 on. Got the VS Seeker and the Dowsing Machine, so even if he ends me, I have, I've got 3 outs in my hand right now. My deck is pretty small, so I'm feeling pretty confident. Now, he does... Okay, so he says something's wrong, too. So, it's something about... It's not letting him switch. I I don't know if he was trying to play a switch. Oh, well, for him, maybe it was, yeah, because he had the item lock on him. Oh, so there. Did it do it again? Like, he couldn't have played an escape rope if my Trevenant was active. And did I switch not back to the Trevenant? Yeah, so this is just getting messed up. He takes the knockout on the Trevenant, so no big deal there. We do, yeah, and he didn't end me, so my hand is good. Go ahead and tell him good game anyways. And go ahead and VS Seeker, which I love that card. So happy it's back. For the Lysander. Now I could have just done its first attack, night attack, but yeah, I thought this would be fun. Now, as you can see, it highlighted my bench to let me switch, and I clicked on the Sigilyph, but it did not switch it. Instead, it skips it and goes straight to the prizes. So I really kick myself for not paying more attention. I'm probably going to rewind this later to see when I knocked out the Landorus if it wouldn't let me switch then either. If it's something about maybe when it's just taking prizes, but definitely a bug that the game needs to fix. And like I said, I think I've got one more battle with Gengar in it, but until they fix the bug, I can't really play it anymore. Stay tuned for more, though.